Hello everyone and welcome to my Hip Hop Gossip For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Live on News Nation, Ray J apologizes for his excessive Diddy remarks. There were several reasons why Ray J's recent outrageous remarks regarding Diddy on the News Nation platform caused people to take notice. On the one hand, many people are blindly accepting anything that has to do with Sean Combs because of his federal prosecution and civil lawsuits, as well as his scandal over suspected sex trafficking and other crimes. However, many people criticize Ray's casual and abrasive remarks regarding these accusations as well as his own, and they wish he would have maintained a more professional demeanor. He recently apologized on Twitter to anyone who felt he went too far and to clarify that these outrageous statements do not lessen the gravity of his accusations. But cheeks on News Nation was a lot. On the social media site, Ray J started his speech. "I don't want to be critical, but I can see how this was over the top, and I was trying to indicate that people are making up a lot of stuff. I accept full responsibility for it. I'll have more soon. This will help me with #accountability." Unfortunately, Ray J also had a self-described meltdown, as he also revealed on his Twitter account, as a result of all this drama and the media's intense focus on his antics. Basically, he wants to be completely accountable and talk about his failures in order to create a more healing atmosphere and lead him to long-term peace. The singer and actor is dealing with a lot of issues, and the commotion around Diddy probably doesn't help. Ultimately, we only hope that he finds the serenity he seeks, realizes the gravity of his position, and takes these charges seriously. In the meantime, Ray J's most recent charge against Diddy is that a number of celebrities have contacted them to buy their silence. Take everything with a grain of salt because many of the debates around these cases these days are so convoluted and speculative. We don't know exactly what he means when he says, "more on the way," but it might imply more accountability, or more negative comments about the bad boy tycoon. Although Ray J has always been a fascinating figure, he revealed the depths of his challenges, including a near-suicide attempt, his complex public persona, and his personal development, in an open and honest interview with Pastor Jamal Bryant. While visiting Cancun, Mexico, the musician and businessman shared one of his darkest moments. Ray J admitted, "I just lay down after climbing off the roof and going to the side of the roof. It was meant to be if I fall off." Before being discovered and saved by hotel personnel, he recounted lying there for hours, thinking about the edge between life and death. The terrifying admission brought to light the silent struggles he endured in order to maintain camera appearances. Ray J said that his public persona has been both a boon and a bane, frequently characterizing him in ways that didn't feel accurate. He reflected on the facade he upheld for the sake of his celebrity and declared, "I've lied about my whole life." He talked about how, while being constantly watched, the public's opinion of him as a person obscured the reality. He made reference to the difficult balancing act of being a public figure and a businessman when he said, "People don't know the intelligence behind the whole setup of everything." Even though he was controversial, Ray J admitted that his previous errors served as a lesson. In the hopes that his candor would inspire others, he remarked, "Throughout my mistakes, people have probably made mistakes too. I've always been prepared to accept responsibility for my actions, offer an apology, and take the fall." Echoing the attitude, Pastor Bryant urged him to accept his change. The pastor said, "You've outlived the past," which resonated with Ray J. His dedication to his kids was also made clear by the discourse, which emphasized his wish to leave a legacy based on the truth. With obvious emotion, Ray J said, "I want my kids to live through my truth," referring to his children with Princess Love. Not by speculating about this and that. There were humorous and light-hearted times in the conversation, like as when the two brought up Future while trying to identify medications that helped individuals combat depression. Ray J is retracting his statements and expressing regret to Pastor Jamal Bryant for threatening him during a podcast. After appearing on the Atlanta Pastors podcast earlier this week, the One Wish hitmaker went off in an Instagram video. "I have nothing but affection for Pastor Bryant, you know. A special thanks to Jamal Bryant, but someone is being pulled from the pulpit if you guys play that interview," he swore. "The interview is out of bounds and has not been cleared, so don't play it. Because of the filthy and unlawful way I was handled, Pastor Bryant and I need to speak. I don't want anybody to play that interview," he continued. "Whether you're from the church or not doesn't matter to me. Treat individuals with dignity and respect. Avoid calling people names. In an area where people believed they were safe, don't give them the impression that they are not. I am telling you now that we must resolve this issue because it will become problematic if we do not." Ray J's unfounded threats depress Pastor Bryant. In response to the unfounded threats and baseless accusations, on Instagram the next day, Pastor Jamal Bryant said Ray J's comments were both surprising and disheartening. "We made sure that certain remarks that could have legal repercussions were removed from the interview," he continued. In a subsequent Instagram video, Ray J finally composed himself and expressed regret to Pastor Bryant. "It's unthinkable to use such language with a preacher. It's inappropriate," he added, "and insulting and disgusting. It is shameful." In the interview, he acknowledged that he was going through it in real time. Ray J claimed that since he was frightened that his words could affect me legally, he lost it. In the meantime, Ray J's conversation with Pastor Bryant was made public on Friday. During the lecture, the musician and entrepreneur talked about a near-suicide attempt that was one of his darkest moments. Accountability. Unfortunately, Ray J also had a self-described meltdown, as he also revealed on his Twitter account, as a result of all this drama and the media's intense focus on his antics. Basically, he wants to be completely accountable and talk about his failures in order to create a more healing atmosphere and lead him to long-term peace. The singer and actor is dealing with a lot of issues, and the commotion around Diddy probably doesn't help. Ultimately, we only hope that he finds the serenity he seeks, realizes the gravity of his position, and takes these charges seriously. In the meantime, Ray J's most recent charge against Diddy is that a number of celebrities have contacted them to buy their silence. Take everything with a grain of salt because many of the debates around these cases these days are so convoluted and speculative. We don't know exactly what he means when he says, "more on the way," but it might imply more accountability or more negative comments about the bad boy tycoon.